This is the Hot Wheels Lola GT70. It's a red line. You wouldn't know it by the wheels that are on there because there aren't any. According to the Hot Wheels Wiki, the Lola GT70 was first released in the 1969 Gran Prix series. It was produced in a large variety of Spectraflame colors, as well as enamel British racing green, which is the one I have here. The casting was only produced in 1969 and hasn't been seen since. I actually have a few of these castings, and I decided on this one. Rather than going a straight restoration, I wanted to make it gold. One of the Spectraflame colors that was available in was gold, and I actually have a can of rattle can paint that I wanted to try on this, just to kind of see what it would look like. So that's the direction we're heading. I'm really impressed by how well these Lola castings held up. Like I said, I have a few of them, and the glass on all of them is basically perfect, and they all have the rear hatch still intact. Now, as anybody who's seen old Redlines knows, usually on a lot of these castings, the glass is cracked or the rear hatch covers are gone. There's a multitude of problems, but however they constructed the Lola, it really held up well. These weren't really well detailed or anything, but yeah, it was a great casting. There you see it after it's come out of the citrus stripper. It looks really good already. It came out of the stripper. Again, I'm really impressed by this. It doesn't have a lot of toning on it, probably because of that enamel British racing green that was, that's a heavy coat that they put on it. But anyhow, it did need a little bit of cleaning up, and as I recall, I think I speed this up here in a second, but it was nice. It was a really durable casting for some reason. Maybe part of it has to do with the shape. The gold color I'm going to use, you see me use this. I got 2 cans of this stuff on clearance, like 2.5, 3 years ago. It's tinted paint, tinted rattle can paint. Picked it up at Michael's. It was on clearance. I think it was like $3 a can, if not less than that. One of them was the gold. The other was the pink. And you've seen me use the pink before in prior years on the painted pink builds. I didn't use that tinted on this year's painted pink, as you'll see in another video. But I wanted to see how the tinted gold would work. I polished up the casting a little bit better using flits and a Dremel tool, but it was in great shape really to start off with, coming out of the citrus strip, as was the base. And so after using a little flits on both of those, I went over this with the Renaissance wax just to clean it up and seal it a little bit more. So, I cleaned them up a little bit and stuff. The wheels, fortunately, all the bearings were intact. Take this moment here to ask you if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate it, and it does help the channel. It helps with the algorithm. So like I was saying, all the bearings were on here. I know one of the other castings I have, all of the bearings are gone. So this was a pretty nice little survivor. So it's a cool little casting to work on. Now there you see the tinted gold shimmer, multi-use transparent dye, and the Worth Clear lacquer that I put on over it. But when they say it's transparent, not Spectraflame transparent. Now, the glass, like I said, was in great shape. Hit it with gauzy. And, the usual, just wick off the excess and throw it under the cover to protect it. so that no lint or anything falls on it while it's drying. And it doesn't take a long time to dry, but usually I just let them sit overnight because I'm not in a big hurry. This isn't going anywhere. So throw the cover on. And again, that's just a crayon box. You know, you see these at Michael's all the time. I think they're, 50 cents or $1. So there you see it. That's after the clear coat. And the video doesn't do it justice for how it really looks in person. It's much more gold bar looking color, very real gold looking. And the clear is a lot deeper than you can tell here. And again, it's a very straightforward casting. For whatever reason, I had problems putting that interior in, just somehow getting it to fit with the glass. I was just being old and stupid. And I'm sure nobody out there is going to argue with me. 2 posts. Again, I used the 172 screws because, as on all the early Redlines, those posts are small. So there you see where we started. And I really do believe that paint protected the heck out of it. As you can see, they didn't paint any details on these. It was just basically that enamel, or in other cases, just the Spectraflame. And there you see where I ended up. And as I was looking at this, I was really happy with the results. It actually looks better in person. The gold looks better in person. I was happy with it, but it just, I don't know. It seemed lacking to me, and I didn't want to put a bunch of stickers and crap on it. But I decided it needed something. So I dug around on my decals to see what I had handy. I had some racing stripes. So I don't take you all the way through putting the decals with racing stripes on. But once I'm finished adding these racing stripes, I'm pretty happy. Because I think that's just what it needed, was a little something more. I wanted to try and stay somewhat true to the original casting. Sure, it's in gold, like the gold Spectraflame version. There you see it also, again, it has even more clear coats on it at this point. So yeah, this thing has a lot of clear because it had the clear before the decals and the clear after the decals. But I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad I put that racing stripe on there. It did seem to be the little added detail it needed to just spice it up a little. So I hope you agree. I hope you think that that was a nice addition to this. I thought about putting numbers on it. I did have some decals for that, and I thought, nah, I don't want to get too funky on it. I wanted to keep it still pretty clean. So there you have it. Everybody, thanks for watching these videos. Here's some glamour shots. And stay safe and healthy out there. I'll catch you in the next one.